Afternoon everybody, Rich here, back for another video for the Diecast F1 review. Here today is the S.p.A Honda 02 from the 2000 Formula 1 World Championship, and in the car is a Jacques Villeneuve. Now the S.p.A team went into 2000 with much higher hopes than they had in 1999, although they were a bit arrogant going into 1999 and expecting to win their first race, failed abysmally, and we all laughed at them. The car was ridiculously unreliable, ridiculous in the looks department, and well, that pretty much just sums it up. We don't need a third reason, do you? The car was just slow, unreliable, and pretty much made a mockery of the whole S.p.A project. But 2000, the team had signed Works Honda engines, and gone to basics with their livery as well. They tidied their act up and tidied their car up, and it showed pretty much instantly with their results. 4th and 6th in the first round, with Villeneuve claiming 4th place. Ricciardo is on to picking up 6th place, but that was mainly due to Minichamps being disqualified in the first round. But Zonta picked up 3 points throughout the season. Villeneuve picking up another 17 on his side, so 20 points scored throughout the season. Equal 4th, I think, in the Constructors' Championship with Benetton, although they were ahead because of their higher positions in the races. I think a 2nd place for Fisichella in Brazil, which pretty much guaranteed their higher status. But the 2000 season was indeed a much better season for S.p.A. On the high notes, you know, the car was a much better looking machine. Although white, which sort of clashed with the Williams design at the time, which was also white, it was a nice looking car. White with silver does go quite well, but it's a shame they only used that livery for 1 year, as they went for a more blander, all white livery for 2001 and 2002. But nonetheless, the results really showed. There were some highlights, or at least what were going to be highlights, with Villeneuve running 3rd in Italy before his engine blew up, and no podiums scored, but at least it was a step in the right direction after that pretty atrocious 99 season. Although 99, if 99 had started off the way 2000 had, I think S.p.A could be or pretty happy with that. The Reynard chassis Honda engine. The Honda engine actually came from the failed, well, not really a failed attempt, but sort of a pulled out attempt by Honda to run their own team for 2000. They had tested their own car, well, built their own car and tested it quite thoroughly throughout 1999, but ultimately pulled out and just went as a engine supplier, supplying the Works Honda engines for the S.p.A team, while rivals Jordan continued to use the Mugen Honda engine units, which by this time were pretty old and pretty unreliable as well. Jordan's engine blowing up at pretty much every other race. The Honda engines in the back of the S.p.A, although were more reliable, were still pretty prone to blowing up as well, as pretty much shown at the Italian Grand Prix, where Villeneuve was running 3rd. But never mind. But that's enough of the car. Onto the model itself. Of course, this is a Minichamps model. It is a 1/18 scale model, like all the other videos I do. And this is I think this is a converted model. I'm not sure if this was an actual released as it was, because you can see there's actually the tobacco advertising on the car. I'm not sure if this was produced like this, or this is an aftermarket update, but it's done pretty well though. You know, it's whoever done a pretty good job doing this. Nicely stuck on there. I would do this sort of thing myself, but I just really don't have the balls to do it, because if I fuck it up, you know, it's going to cost me a lot of money to either replace it or get someone to fix it. So that's why I rather leave my models as they are. But a quick look around the car. Can't see the logo on the nose because of the light, but let me look up. There you go, you can see it there. See the nose decal there, got the decals on the nose, the silver paint. Got the World Online there, got Lucky's on the front wing and btrade.com. And you also got the S.p.A Honda there, the Reynard logo there. Nicely applied decals. It's a bit of peeling, I think, or something. I think where the Lucky Strike is an aftermarket one, is a bit. You can see it started to bubble a bit. Either it's just not applied all that. Well, it's applied well enough, but I think it's just starting to lift a bit. But no big issue there. I mean, it's going to sit in the box for the next 30 years, I expect, so it's not going to be a big issue. Also got the Lucky Strike on the rear wing. Nicely applied there. Got the Bridgestone logos on the lower wing, but I think they're starting to peel off a bit as well. It's sort of showing its age, because I mean this car is now what is it now? 16 years old, so fair do. You know, if it wants to peel off, it can start doing it now. But we can turn the car around. I'm not going to put too much pressure on the front wheel, because one of the wheels fell off the other day, and that didn't go too well. But that was mainly my fault. The the camera which I'm talking to you through actually fell on the car. It fell from a great height, and it was rather annoying, but never mind. A bit of Loctite and a bit of patience, and the thing is as good as new. And then we can look around the back. Of course, another typical model of Minichamps with their detailing. Nicely sculpted side pods. You can sort of see from this angle there. They are sort of curving downwards around the back here. Got a lucky stroke along the side. Have a quick look around the back. The colour of this car actually does stand out quite nicely with this body shape, and it is one to definitely get hold of. The rarity of this model as well is quite ridiculous. If you do look up the S.p.A, this specific model on, say, eBay or something like that, the car tends to be shown. Well, it's actually what you see is actually the 99 car painted in this livery. It's actually the show car, so be careful when you go out to purchase one of these. The difference between this car and the 99 car shape-wise is these wings here. The 99 car did not have these extra mounted pieces here, so that's the only thing that really you can tell the difference by between the two cars, is these pieces here. The 2000 car has these, the 99 car just has a flat piece which just runs flat and has no real detailing, but this is the 2000 car with the wings here. These are the ones to look out for. So if you don't want a show car, then this is the one to get up. Not sure about price wise of this model either. The price is a bit vague. I don't really know, because they don't come on eBay, they don't come on anywhere all that often, and when they do see them, they're usually ridiculous buy it now prices for dealers. So £60–70 is usually the bottom dollar, but it's up to whoever wants to buy it. You know, if you want to pay ridiculous money, then that's up to you. But a quick look around the side here. We'll look at the top of the car now. Just tip it up. Oh, actually, I'll tip the camera up. If I just manoeuvre myself, just look down on the car here. And yeah, looking down, looking pretty good. But down into the cockpit. Actually, just move the car a bit. There we go. So there's the steering wheel, which is actually attached to the steering arm quite well. Now, some of the later models, the steering arms are not attached all that well, but the steering does work on this car. Also, the wing mirrors have a bit of reflective film on them, which is nicely done. But overall, I'd say this is one to get. Now, on the underside of the car, just do that one, just to make sure the camera doesn't fall over. Don't want that happening again. Tip the camera back, and we flip the car up here. Also, one to note that this car actually has the name of the car actually painted onto it rather than embossed, but something Minichamps done for just 1 year. That's the only thing which is really different about this car. And let me look around the rear. There's no real detail on the diffuser. I mean, the diffuser is basic, to say the least. I mean, it's shaped like there's no detailing on it, which is a bit weird, because Minichamps usually top notch with their detailing. Even the underside of the front wing is unpainted. It's just white paint, or white plastic. So no detailing under there. They sort of left the underside of the car to, well, an afterthought really, but not a big issue. Another thing to point out on this car as well is between this one and the show car, which you might get, is the vein on the barge board here. You've got this open part here. That's another part you can look out for on the show car, well, the show car won't have it, so that's another identifying feature of this car. So my overall thought of this car is definitely one to get hold of. I mean, it does roll as well, as it's got a nice model. Even though I'm on a soft board, as you can tell, I'm on a new surface this time, because the kitchen table was a bit, well, it's brown, you know, it's brown wood, not very good surface. Well, it's not a kitchen table, it's a dining room table. And the light was a bit shit as well. But this one's a bit better. And enough about that. But overall, I would recommend this car. Strength-wise of the car, the front wing is pretty much held on not rocket-proof, but bullet-proof, and it's quite well done. The antennas on top of the chassis are flexible, but are well attached. Suspension's pretty strong as well. I've not had no problems with that. The only problem with the wheel was of course, it fell off when the camera landed on it. It broke the. There's a small. The wheel nut is sort of a pin which attaches the wheel to the hub, and that had snapped where the camera landed on it, but there's no big issue, because you can put the wheel on and the nut and the bolt just the peg just pegs in and holds the wheel in place, and just glued it in place. It still rolls alright though. I mean, this is the wheel that come off, but it rolls alright still, because I put a dab of glue on the middle, and it's fine, so no big issue there. But other issues, or no issues with this one. The wing mirrors are usually the softest part of the model. Usually the bits that run out or break off pretty easily. The wing mirrors are a bit flexy, so I won't put too much on them. The T-cam, there's another part which usually goes amiss, but that's on there pretty strong. The winglets on the rear, they're flexy. Well, the top one's metal, so that's not going to flex, but the one below it is a bit flexy, but it's not going to fall off. And of course, lastly, the rear wing, like usual, it's flexy, but it's not going to fall off. I mean, this car is pretty solid. It will break, of course, if you drop it from a great height or stand on it, but that's, of course, what happens to most toys anyway. But it's definitely one to collect, and it comes in the usual Minichamps box as well. So if you want, well, you know, there's no special edition of this model. I'm not sure if this, this one, it's not a special edition. I don't think. I think the decals were applied afterwards, so there's no special edition of this car. So if you want to see the box, it's just if you look up there, like all the other Minichamps boxes, they're all just black with the checkers. So yeah, there's no special edition box for this thing. That's the box it comes in anyway. The box I've actually got is behind me, and I can't be bothered to reach over and grab it. But the box is nothing really to look at. So if you just want to look at those ones I just pointed out, then that's the sort of box it comes in. But yeah, this car is definitely one to get. I'm not sure if this car was actually reproduced as a show car for 2001. I'm not entirely sure on that one. Because the 2001 car is also another one which is sort of hard to get hold of. With the Palace and Villeneuve edition. I'm not sure if this car was repainted as the show car. I will have to look into that one, but we'll see. Anyway, that's all I have to say on this car. There's definitely a model you can get, or definitely one you should get hold of. Anyway, that's all I have to say on the matter on this one. Anyway, this is Rich signing off, logging off and disappearing, and I shall return with another review. So, bye for now.